sports. It's in the game.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Cleveland Browns Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Cleveland Browns. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go from Cleveland. Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Flushed out right. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Well, it's gutsy to go for it in the red zone. The problem there is they were in their own red zone. Why in the world did they do that?
They must have thought they had the exact play call that they needed to go a big way. And I'm still not even buying that one. I'm reaching.
You're searching.
Actually reaching. But I do know this. On the other side of the field, that coaching staff is screaming at their deep.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter, Trenton Gill, to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Pushes him over, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Faking the give. Now Watson on the move to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
They run it again with Chubb. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time. Now meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. They run it on first with Foreman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. He's into space past the 25 and all the way down to the 17-yard line. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
They'll run. This is Khalil Herbert.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Herbert powering up the middle.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal.
Herbert
is into the end zone for a Bears touchdown. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Santos now to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Bears 14, Browns 0.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They begin this drive with Chubb. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And again, it's Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was brought down by Jaquan Brisker. It's a pickup of 6.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb.
At the 40-yard line.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Chubb will get the call running left. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Off of play action, it's Watson. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Nick Chubb stops short, and the Bears will get the football back. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. He decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard.
Back to throw, Fields. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Was Adarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0.
Here we go. We're good.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Jakeem Grant deep for Cleveland. "56 yards the punt that time, 12 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still second quarter, you get points up. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, 61 yards. strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Oh, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I'm like, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger. For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there's still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On second down, here's Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And how about that for just running out the clock? Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Now Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
Touchdown Bears!
Darnell Mooney.
35 yards.
And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 21-7.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, we got to snap it.
Here's Watson. Flush to his right.
Oh, a Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted.
And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
Well, Charles, it's so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy. One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. They'll start with the option. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And the half will begin with a touchback.
Here we go,
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that could have been the lifeline they needed. This is a play that could have been made. Instead, it's just going to fall incomplete.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
Foreman powering ahead.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 79 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
He's turning in a pretty impressive performance running the football, and a big reason why they have this nice lead.
And in days gone by, we would clip this out and put it up on the refrigerator, wouldn't we? Clip out the box score. Nowadays, not too many newspapers out there. Maybe you screenshot it online.
On 1st down, right back to Herbert.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that point.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
He'll get that complete to Khalil Herbert. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here's a give to Herbert.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Khalil Herbert.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Round 7.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away. Oh, the return from his end zone is Grant. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A gain of 9 brings up
To throw is Watson.
at the 29-yard line.
And his throw is incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Drops it off for Chubb. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
On the tackle. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 39-yard
They go up the middle with Chubb.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
But a good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on a first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Watson dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
Here's Watson.
26-yard line.
Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted.
Kyler Gordon picks it off.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Now a give to Foreman.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And this one too low. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
EQ. Go.
3rd and long. It's Fields. That is caught.
Touchdown, Chicago. Equanimeous St. Brown. 34 yards.
And the Bears up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Now a 2nd and 10. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
A loss of 4 yards brings up 3rd down and 14.
26.
Watson off play action. He'll fire deep, looking for more. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Dancing to his left. He's going to look deep for more. And now Watson throws another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. He's on his way. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Santos with the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
All right.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll go again with Herbert.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gains.